Daniel's prophecies are happening now. Imagine living thousands of years ago and seeing visions of things that wouldn't happen until today. That's precisely what happened to Daniel, a young man taken captive in Babylon who became a prophet. His book in the Bible is packed with wild, detailed prophecies, some of which seem to be coming true right now. Some scholars believe Daniel's words are unfolding in real time, shaping global events before our eyes. If that's true, what does it mean for us? Before digging in, please like the video and subscribe to this channel for more eye-opening videos. One of the most striking prophecies is in Daniel 2, where he describes a giant statue with different body parts made of various metals: gold, silver, bronze, iron and clay. Each represents a significant empire: Babylon, Persia, Greece, Rome, and a final mixed kingdom. According to this vision, the last empire is weak and divided. Some scholars say we're in that phase now. The modern world is a whole of powerful but unstable nations. Think about the European Union, a political giant with constant disagreements, or the United States, once untouchable, now filled with internal divisions. Could this be the feat of iron and clay Daniel saw? And what about the mysterious stone that destroys the statue? Some say that represents God's kingdom coming soon to wipe out human governments. Then there's Daniel 7. Where he sees 4 terrifying beasts symbolizing different world powers. The final beast is the worst, with 10 horns, leaders, before a new one rises, crushing the others. Some link this to a coming global government. The World Economic Forum openly discusses a Great Reset, a plan for a new world order. European leaders like Emmanuel Macron have called for a stronger, united Europe with a central figure leading it. Could we be watching the rise of that final ruler Daniel foresaw? Daniel 8 takes things even more profound. He sees a powerful ram and a furious goat with a single great horn that later breaks into 4 smaller ones. Traditionally, this represents Persia, which is modern-day Iran, and Greece. But could it also point to modern wars? The Middle East is a powder keg, with Israel, Iran and Western nations in constant tension. The goat's great horn is often linked to Alexander the Great, but what if it symbolizes modern Western power? The United States dominated the world for decades, but now it's weakening, just like that horn breaking off. Meanwhile, Russia, China and smaller powers like Turkey and Iran are rising. Are we about to see another significant shift? Daniel 9 speaks of a prince to come who will make a 7-year peace deal but break it. Many believe this is the Antichrist, a global leader who will deceive the world. Watch the news. World leaders are desperate for peace in the Middle East. The Abraham Accords, brokered by Donald Trump, were historic, but they're just the beginning. If a leader emerges who finally brings Israel and its enemies into a lasting agreement, it could be a sign that Daniel's final prophecy is in motion. Daniel 11 describes an ongoing war between the king of the north and the king of the south. Historically, this refers to ancient kingdoms, but modern interpreters see it as Russia and its allies in the north, clashing with Western-backed forces in the south. Ukraine, Syria, Israel and even Africa are battlefields for these modern kings. The Bible says the final war will involve a march toward Israel. Given current tensions, that doesn't seem far-fetched at all. Daniel 12 speaks of increased knowledge and travel in the last days. 200 years ago, people traveled by horse. Now we have jets, the internet, AI and space travel. Information doubles faster than ever before. If that's not a prophecy coming true, what is? Let's get even more specific. The rise of China as a dominant world power has shifted global influence, with Beijing's growing alliance with Russia forming an axis that directly opposes Western control. The Bible talks about an army of 200 million in the end times. China is the only nation capable of fielding such numbers. Meanwhile, as biblical prophecy predicted, Israel is constantly at the center of world affairs. The recent conflict between Hamas and Israel, along with Iran's nuclear ambitions, are creating the exact conditions necessary for a major regional war. Could this be leading to the prophesied Battle of Armageddon? Economic instability is another sign. The rise of digital currencies and centralized banking control hints at a future global system where people may need a mark to buy or sell. Revelation 13 discusses this, but it's also foreshadowed in Daniel's visions of oppressive global rule. Countries are rapidly moving toward cashless economies, making it easier for governments to control transactions. If one world leader takes charge of this system, could that be the Antichrist enforcing the prophesied mark? Natural disasters, earthquakes, hurricanes, fires and plagues are also increasing at a staggering rate. Jesus, referencing Daniel's visions, warned that in the last days these things would intensify. Climate change activists say we need urgent action, but could the real reason be something more significant? Signs that the world is approaching the final moments Daniel predicted? So what do we do with all this? Some will dismiss it, others will be shaken. But if Daniel was right about past empires, why ignore what's happening now? Whether these events fulfill prophecy or not, the world is changing fast. And we might live in the most prophetic time in history. If the Bible is correct, something big is coming soon. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe and hit the bell button to receive notifications.